My name is Elena Parker, and I was one of those women who believed marriage was forever. I believe that if you love truly, you will be loved the same way in return. But I was wrong, because sometimes the people we trust the most are the ones who destroy us completely. This is my story, the story of how I learned that love isn't always pure, and trust can become the sharpest knife when placed in the wrong hands. A story of betrayal, pain, and strength. A story of how I rebuilt myself after losing everything I believed in. I met Daniel 8 years ago. He was charming, gentle, and had that rare kind of smile that could make you forget the noise of the world. I was working as a school teacher then, living a quiet life filled with books, coffee, and little dreams. Daniel walked into my life like a storm, confident, warm, and full of promises. He said all the right things. That I was different. That I made him believe in love again. And like a fool blinded by emotions, I believed every word. We got married after 2 years of dating. Our wedding wasn't grand, but it was beautiful, full of laughter, family, and dreams we painted together. I still remember the way he looked at me that day. His eyes full of love and pride. Or at least, that's what I thought it was. The first few years of our marriage were perfect. He'd kiss my forehead before leaving for work, bring me flowers without any reason, and whisper "You're my forever ever" every night. He made me feel safe, and I built my entire world around that feeling. But slowly, things began to change. Small, almost unnoticeable at first, late-night work calls, sudden business trips, and read messages, and a growing distance between us. I told myself it was normal. Married life changes. People get busy. But deep down my heart knew something was wrong. One night Daniel came home late again. His shirt smelled like a perfume I didn't wear. When I asked about it, he laughed softly and said, "Baby, you're overthinking again. You know I'd never do that to you." And I wanted to believe him. So I did. Because trust is easier than out when you love someone deeply. But trust, when given blindly, becomes a weapon against your own soul. Weeks turned into months. Daniel's affection faded like the evening sun. He stopped holding my hand. He stopped asking how my day was. He stopped looking at me the way he used to. I began to lose myself trying to hold him closer. I dressed better, cooked his favorite meals, planned small surprises. But every effort I made fell into silence. His heart was somewhere else, I could feel it. One morning, while cleaning his office desk, I found something I wasn't supposed to see. A message notification popped up on his tablet, a woman's name I didn't recognize, followed by a heart emoji. My hands trembled. For a moment, I couldn't breathe. It felt like the walls around me were closing in. That night when he came home, I couldn't pretend anymore. I confronted him, tears blurring my vision. "Who is she, Daniel?" I whispered. He froze. His silence said everything his words couldn't. And then, instead of guilt, he showed anger. "Don't go through my things, Elena," he said coldly. "You're making a big deal out of nothing. Nothing. That word shattered me, because I realized my pain meant nothing to him anymore. Over the next few days, I became a stranger in my own home. He slept on the couch, avoided my eyes, and started staying out even later. And then one afternoon, while he was showering, I saw a message on his phone. "Last night was perfect. I can't wait to see you again." I felt the ground slip beneath me. My body went numb. It was real. The man I trusted with my whole heart was betraying me behind my back. I didn't scream. I didn't cry in front of him. I just stared at him when he came out of the bathroom, towel around his neck, pretending everything was fine. "How long has it been?" I asked quietly. He froze again. Then, with a heavy sigh, he said, 6 months. 6 months. 6 months of lies, of kisses that meant nothing, of words that were empty. "Do you love her?" I asked. He hesitated, and in that hesitation, I found my answer. That night, I packed my things silently. He didn't stop me. He didn't ask me to stay. And that silence hurt more than any betrayal ever could. I moved into my sister's apartment across the city. For weeks I couldn't sleep. I replayed every memory, the laughter, the promises, the vows, wondering how everything had changed so easily for him. There were nights I hated myself for trusting him. Nights I cried until my eyes swelled shut. But slowly a pain began to teach me something powerful. That losing him wasn't the end of my story. It was the beginning of me finding myself again. Months passed. I started therapy. I started journaling every night, writing letters I'd never send. Letters to the woman I used to be, to remind her that she still mattered. One day I received a message from Daniel. He wanted to meet. He said he'd made a mistake, that he missed me, that he was sorry. For a moment, my heart wanted to believe him again. But then I remembered all those nights I cried alone, all the lies he told so easily. And I realized I wasn't that weak, broken woman anymore. So I met him, not to go back, but to say goodbye properly. We met at the same cafe where we had our first date. He looked tired, older, regretful. He reached for my hand, but I pulled it away. "Elena, please," he whispered. "I ruined everything, but I love you. I always did." I smiled sadly. "No, Daniel," I said softly. "You love the version of me that didn't question you, the one who trusted you blindly. But that version of me doesn't exist anymore." His eyes filled with tears, and for the first time, I didn't feel pain. I felt peace. That night, I went home and stood by the window the same way I used to wait for him years ago. But this time, I wasn't waiting for anyone. I was simply breathing, living, healing. Because sometimes the greatest love story isn't about two people who end up together. It's about one person who learns to love herself after being shattered by another. Ending message. If you've ever trusted someone and been betrayed, know this: it doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. Because trusting someone means you had the courage to love, and courage is never a mistake. I trusted my husband. He broke me. But I rebuilt myself stronger, wiser, and unbreakable.